Hey everybody, welcome to the Solar Sister channel. It's your girl Solar Sister coming to you once again with another video. Today's video actually came about, the topic of today's video actually came about while I was preparing to make a soup. I decided to make a soup today because first of all, it's finally feeling like it's getting ready to be winter for real. Where I am, I can't believe it's already December 19th, but yesterday it was like 70 something degrees and all week basically it's just been hot. But this morning I just kind of woke up and I was like, I want to go ahead and just put this soup together. I want to use up a lot of ingredients that I have. I'm trying to get rid of some things because of course I'm repatriating, so I'm trying to use up everything that I have. Things that I can't use, I'm giving away or selling or whatever. But when I was making this soup, I kind of thought about, how repatriation is kind of like a soup to me. Um, Before we move any farther on the subject, though, let's go ahead and just take care of some housekeeping things. Guys, if this is your first time visiting the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I would certainly appreciate it. Also, thumbs up the video and feel free to share it with anyone you think it may benefit. And also, feel free to hit that notification bell if you want to be made aware of any upcoming videos. But anyway, back to this topic about how repatriation to me is like a soup. And actually, the title of this video, I think, is going to be Repatriation. What's in your soup? As I was making this soup, I was just thinking about how, the thing about a good soup is you don't really need a whole lot of ingredients to make a good soup. A good soup can be made out of anything that you have. And it can be flavorful, it can be good, it can be tasteful, whatever, based on the things that you like. So, one person may like a bunch of vegetables and potatoes and whatever in their soup. Another person may like tomatoes and whatever else in their soup. You may not like their soup, but it doesn't mean that it's not a good soup to them. It's not a good, wholesome, healthful soup for them. And I kind of look at that repatriation process like that. There are a lot of people who are repatriating to the continent. And there have been a lot of opposing opinions, a lot of different perspectives that people are being given out here in these YouTube streets about their experience with repatriation. And I wanted everybody to kind of look at repatriation as being your soup. The question that I posed was, what is in your soup? Just because you went a certain route, um, doesn't mean that because you went a certain route that the next person who is coming behind you is going to have that same kind of experience. There are people who are going to have a negative experience with their choice because there might have been some things that they may have had expectations about, or they may have just not been ready to make that kind of move because this is not something that you can take lightly. This is a whole changing of lifestyles and mindsets and so forth. And so there are people out here who are giving some good advice because there are things that can maybe help the next person as they move through the process. I've learned a lot, from watching a lot of the other YouTubers who are out there making the move to the continent, and I've appreciated information that they provided because it's been helpful for me to prepare, just to get myself thinking about certain things that I would not have thought about had someone else not already have gone through that process. So shout out to the Bag family, shout out to the Arrival, shout out to the Happy Companion, shout out to African Tigress, just different people that I've been watching on these in these YouTube streets. And I've gained just a lot of insight on certain things that I may not have thought about. But do your own research. Just because someone is providing information, it doesn't mean that, you need to take everything that they say. Just take what you need, leave the rest. Um, Again, this thing about repatriation being a soup means that you get to pick and choose what you decide to put into your repatriation process. You get to decide what kind of attitude that you're going to have, what kind of perspective that you're going to have. what kind of mindset that you're going to have. And a lot of times, you can only bring what you know to the table, but you also have to be willing to be open enough to learn the things that you don't know once you get to your place of repatriation. Um, I say that repatriation is not for everyone because there are some people who hold on to certain mindsets. They can't let things go. There are a lot of people who are happy with living in the past. You can go there for a little bit, but you don't need to stay there. But there are a lot of people who are happy with staying in the past, and it keeps them from being able to focus on what's happening in the present and also to prepare for what they want in the future. If you're that type of person, repatriation is never going to work for you. But I just found it kind of interesting that now that so many melanated people are deciding to go back to the continent, I feel like there's some powers that be that are trying to keep a certain type of unity from happening. So there are a whole lot of things that are being thrown at the diasporans to try to knock them off of their square, trying to keep them off balance, trying to keep them, just distracted. And so there was a video that I did a while back that was entitled, So You Decided to Repatriate, Now What? The first thing that I mentioned in that particular video was that number one, you needed to know your why. And so if you know your why, there shouldn't be anything that's going to rock your boat. There shouldn't be anything that's going to take you off course. Now, of course, it would be crazy for you not to take in new information that is going to help you navigate the waters better. That would be crazy because a critical thinker will take in all of the information, sift through it, figure out what works, figure out what they believe is correct for them, and move forward. So I'm just saying, when there are people who are out there giving you information, take a look at it, do your research, think about it, figure out, is this something that you believe is going to hinder you or going to help you moving forward? Figure it out. Take the information and then prepare. Take the information to use it to help you prepare to move forward differently. Um, just like all the information that's coming out with what happened with Ghana. Of course, you can still decide to do what you want to do if you're going to go there, but you have to be willing to take the information that's being given and decipher whether or not that's something that fits in your plan. And if not, then make a different plan that works, better for you. So I just wanted to get on here and just say that because I've just been, watching what's been going on in the media, watching what's been going on, with the continent. And I just find that, even before this great migration of people going back to the continent started happening, there were people who didn't look like us who were traveling back and forth and back, to the continent with no issues. But now that we're discovering that things aren't as they were saying that they are, now there seems to be a problem. Green tea. Again, make the decision that's best for you. If whatever your reason for wanting to repatriate is, or your reasons are, stick with those. Um, and if that's the direction that you know that you're going to go in, just be prepared that there are going to be things that are going to distract you. But if you know that you have received the call to go back, then just um, hold on to that. Believe that. Trust yourself. Trust your instinct to do what's best for you. You don't even understand how that, you being that one person who decides to make this bold move, you don't even understand how this may affect the next generations that come behind you. But guys, that's all I have today. I'm going to throw the question out there again. Repatriation. What is in your soup? Ask yourself those questions. Figure out what is going to make your repatriation soup as flavorful and as wholesome and healthful for you, for your body, for your mind, for your spirit, and move forward. If you can't do anything else, guys, like I always say, protect your headspace, protect your heart space, guys, and keep your vibration high. There are a lot of forces that are trying to come against us, but hey, hold on to your why. Until the next one, guys, it's your girl Solar Sister. Have a good one.